Every now and then, a certain song takes you back to a place you thought you'd forgotten, to that precise moment when the air felt different, the night felt endless, and everything lay ahead of you. This is for those nights, the ones that shaped who you are today, long before the world caught up with you. 20 songs about the moments that stayed with you, even when everything else changed. This is Retro Vibe FM. Let's go back to where it all began.
Retro Vibe FM.
School let out on a Friday afternoon. I drove home with all the windows down in June. The radio on something slow and sweet. My whole summer spread in front of me complete. And I pulled into the driveway, cut the engine off, and sat there for a second. Thought, one more summer before the world gets new. One more summer in the only town I knew. One more summer before everything changes. One more summer before all the new faces. One more summer with everything I know before I go. Under this same sun, same street, same friends, same screen door slamming. One more summer is all I'm planning to hold on to. One more summer before the world gets new. One more summer, and I'm gonna use it all. Called up Jenny, she was already outside. Called up Kathy, she said meet me at 9. The whole summer stretched in front of all of us like something we forgot to discuss. That this was it, the last of all the last ones. The final free before we have to become the women that we're gonna have to be. But not yet, not this summer, not for me. One more summer before the whole world's waiting. One more summer before all the relocating. One more summer in the place I know by heart before the start. One more summer, we all know the deal. One more summer, nobody wants to feel it ending, so we're starting it instead. One more summer, every word unsaid about September. One more summer, we all just said remember. One more summer, like we know how. And in September when they ask me how was the last summer, I'm going to say perfect. I'm going to say one more was enough. I'm going to say we got everything out of it. I'm going to say yeah, it was enough. One more summer, and we used every day. One more summer, and I wouldn't trade it away. The same town, same sky, same everything, right? One more summer, lit up every night like it knew. One more summer was the one that matters most. One more summer toast. One more summer. One more summer. One more summer. One more summer. up and the light was different this morning, the kind of light that only comes in June. The alarm went off, I turned it off. I'm done with alarms, I'm done with anything before noon. The summer smell came in the open window, the neighbors cutting grass somewhere close by, and the whole beautiful ordinary day was just sitting there waiting, saying hi. June again, everything is mine again. June again, like it never left at all. June again, best month of the year. June again, and everything is here. No schedule, no deadline, no place to be. June again, and the whole summer's free for me, for us, for everything we planned. June again, the best month in the land. The old bicycle still works, I check the screen door, still squeaks the same as last year. The ice cream place on Elm is still open, and Jenny's already called twice here. And everything that I left here in September was exactly where I left it. Every bit in June came back to prove that some things wait for you, and summer is the one that most commits. June again, everything I needed was just here. June again, like it waited all year. June again, the world is full and wide. June again, and I'm back inside. The best feeling, the only feeling worth. June again, best month on earth for all of us, for every summer dream. June again, better than it seems. And even knowing that September's coming, June doesn't care. June never does. June just shows up bright and wide and open and asks, what are you gonna do with us? June again, last June I'll ever have like this. Again, I'm not gonna miss a single morning, single afternoon. June again, for coming back, for being bright. June again, everything is right. June again. Same table at the same diner at noon. Jenny late, always late, same as June. Kathy already on her second cup. Danny just arrived and pulled a chair up. And nothing about this has changed in years. The same orders, same jokes, the same good-natured cheers. And for a minute, nobody said out loud, this is the last time this crew all crowds around this table in this town. Before we scatter, before September comes down. The old crew, one more summer together. The old crew, through every kind of weather. You see my worst and see my best, and call me on the rest. The old crew, I don't know what I'm gonna do without the old crew next year. Jenny made a joke, we all laughed too hard. The way you laugh when something's gonna be scarred into memory. You can feel it when it's happening. The good times that are going to come back visiting. Years from now in some other city, when someone asks you miss it, and the pity of not having words we'll just say, yeah, the old crew. Nothing's been better since. And nobody said this is the last time, because saying it makes it true. So we just ordered more coffee and did what the old crew do. The old crew, best people I ever found. The old crew, the best people around. You knew me before I knew myself, and that's not something you can find somewhere else. The old crew, I don't know how to be far from the old crew, but here we are. Someday we'll all be back here for a holiday or two, and this table will still be here, and so will all of you. But it won't be the same as summer. It can't be, nothing is, but we'll still be the old crew, and that part's always his. The old crew, one more summer, all of us. The old crew, no discussion, no fuss, just showing up like we always have. The old crew, one more laugh, one more summer. I'm so grateful for the old crew, like never before. Same time next year. Fill the tank with the last of my paycheck. Pointed the car at the end of the town. No map, no plan, no place I needed to be. Just the road and the radio turned down low. He's in the passenger seat with his feet on the dash, and the window down, and the summer catching air. And the summer's got nowhere that it needs us to be. So we're going, we don't care where. No destination, that is the destination. No deadline, that's the whole plan. Drive with no place to go, that's what summer means to me. Drive with no place to go, that's the only way to be free. Past the edge of town, where the road goes wide. Drive with no place to go, with somebody good beside. Drive with no place to go. He found a station, playing something old. We both knew every word, we both sang out of tune, and way too loud and perfectly right, the way you sing when nobody's watching. And the road kept going and we kept on going, and the afternoon got golden, getting low. And he said, where are we? And I said, no idea. And he said, perfect, yeah, I know. Keep driving, that's the only direction. Keep driving, that's the whole connection. Drive with no place to go, past the county line and back. Drive with no place to go, off the beaten track. The tank's still got enough for another hour or two. Drive with no place to go, there's everything to do. Drive with no place to go. September's got a plan for me, September's got coordinates. But right now it's July, and the only thing I need is this road, and this radio, and his feet on the dash, and nowhere to be. Drive with no place to go. last summer I'll ever have like this. Drive with no place to go, I'm not gonna miss a single empty afternoon. Drive with no place to go, under the same sun and moon. One last summer. Drive with no place to go. One last summer on this road, nowhere to be. Counter at the bookstore from 9 to 3. It's not exactly where I plan to be. Mr. Ellis knows 3 things: shelves, spines, and sails, and talks about all 3 regardless of your tales. But the lunch break is an hour in the sun, and the walk home takes the long way just for fun. And somehow the meaningless days are adding up to something I'm not ready to give up. It's just a summer job, but it's my last summer job, and something about that makes it more than what it is. Last summer job, 9 to 3 on a Tuesday. Last summer job, last summer job. It never felt like the wrong way to spend a summer morning when the whole afternoon is mine. Last summer job, and even Mr. Ellis is somehow fine. Last summer job. Jenny works the ice cream place 2 blocks from here. We meet for lunch and rate our days from 1 to clear. Her days are cold and sweet, mine are full of books, but we both agree it could be worse by far. And Kathy's got the lifeguard gig, she's 10, and Danny found some kind of traveling plan, and somehow all of us ended up alright with the last meaningless summer of our life. It's just a summer job, but the people make it real. It's just a summer job, but I know how this will feel. Last summer job before everything means something. Last summer job, last summer job before the stakes start coming. Right now a wrong order just gets remade. Last summer job, the last time mistakes don't cost that much. Last summer job. Mr. Ellis gave me a raise last week, $1 more an hour. I almost told him, save it, I don't need the power, I just need these last few Tuesdays counting pages with you. Last summer job is somehow making summer new. Last summer job, thank you for being small. Last summer job, last summer job. Thank you for the fall into afternoons that didn't cost me much. Last summer job, I loved you so much, more than you deserve. Last summer job, more than you deserve. See you Monday, Mr. Hollis. Actually, no. 3 years ago, he sat across from me in class, and I tried to think of something worth the risk to say. something that would last more than a second. Something true. I thought of 7 things, said none, silent, and the year moved on. And the next year came, and I still hadn't said it. And nothing changed. But now it's the last summer, and the last summer doesn't wait. And I've been carrying this since 10th grade. It's getting late. I never said it all this time, and I never said it 3 years of knowing, and I never said it. And now the summer's almost half over, and September's coming, and it's almost over. And I never said it, still haven't said it. I never said it, but I want to. Crossed it out. I've started sentences that turn to other things without ever reaching the point. I never reach the point with him. I lose my words, I lose everything. And he just laughs about something, and I think I'm gonna say it now. And then I blink and the moments move, and I'm still here, saying nothing, same as every year. But this is the last summer, and the last summer doesn't wait. 3 years of quiet, and it's getting really late. I never said it all this time, and I never said it 3 years of almost, and I never said it. But the summer's running out of weeks, except September's loud when out of weeks, and September's loud with everything it speaks. Say it now, say it tonight. I never said it, but I might. What's the worst that happens? He already knows, or he doesn't. He says it back, or he doesn't. The summer ends either way. Either way, I'm somewhere new in September. Either way, I won't be here. So what am I saving the words for? What am I saving here? I never said it, but this summer I'm going to. I never said it, but I don't wanna lose you. To September, to a different city, to all the distance and the pity of not having said it. When I had the time, I never said it, but it's mine. It's been mine. It's gonna be yours tonight. He ordered the usual, I knew he would. The same way he always does, the same way he should. And he's talking about something, a movie, a song. And I'm half listening and half carrying along this thing I've been carrying since sophomore year, that he has absolutely no idea is here. In this conversation, in this booth, in this town, I've been in love with him. He doesn't know yet now. He doesn't know yet what I've been thinking. He doesn't know yet what I've been carrying. He doesn't know yet that every time he laughs like that, he doesn't know yet that I'd give anything to keep that laugh in my life, in my days after September splits us different ways. He doesn't know yet that I've been hoping he might feel the same. He doesn't know yet, but he might. He might. He caught me looking and said, "What?" And I said, "Nothing, sorry. What were you saying?" And he looked at me 1 second longer than usual and went back to whatever he was conveying. And I thought he knows, and then I thought he can't know, and then I thought just tell him. And then I ordered more coffee and said nothing. Same as always. He doesn't know yet, or maybe he does a little. He doesn't know yet the whole thing, just the middle. He doesn't know yet that September scares me more because of him. He doesn't know yet that I've been practicing the words and still don't know which order. He doesn't know yet that watching him has been the best part of every single ordinary summer day. He doesn't know yet, but he's going to. What if he does know? What if he's waiting? What if we've both been doing this and separately hesitating? What if the only thing stopping this is both of us stopping this? He doesn't know yet, or maybe he does. He doesn't know yet, but tonight I'm going to tell him. He doesn't know yet, but tonight I'm gonna help him understand that this summer and every summer before, he doesn't know yet, but he's going to before September takes us somewhere we've never been before. He doesn't know yet, but he will. He will. He laughs with his whole face first, like it starts somewhere in his chest, then moves up through his shoulders like he can't hold it. And he's not trying to, then the sound comes out, and it's not a movie perfect laugh. It's real and loud and sometimes catches twice, and I'm completely done for every time, because everything I said was worth saying for that, for exactly that. The way he laughs, nothing else has ever done this to me. The way he laughs, it's the best thing I've ever seen. Not the quietest, not the most graceful, but the realest laugh I know. The way he laughs is the reason that I came back home, is the reason I don't wanna go. The way he laughs. Jenny made a terrible pun at dinner. He laughed so hard the table shook. He always does a terrible pun. Said bad impressions, said nothing, just did whatever the moment has, because everything's funnier to him than it needs to be. And that makes everything funnier to me. And suddenly the whole world's a little better, a little easier, just because of that laugh. And I think I want this sound in every room I'm ever in. I want this sound, I want this laughs, I wanna hear it for the rest of my life. The way he laughs, like everything is right, even when it isn't, especially when it isn't. He finds a funny thing. The way he laughs is the most useful, beautiful thing anyone has ever done for me. The way he laughs, I've tried to describe it, but the words just fail. It's something you have to be in the room for, to know the particular detail of exactly how he does it, and why it gets me every time. The way he laughs is the reason I need more time. The way he laughs is all I need to say tonight. The way he laughs is I want you in my life. After this summer, after this town, after September brings us down into our separate worlds. The way he laughs is the thing I want to take with me into whatever comes next, into wherever I go. The way he laughs, that laugh, that laugh. We were sitting on the back porch after dinner, and the neighborhood had mostly gone inside, and the conversation slowed to a quiet place where something true might come out. And he said, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah," and held my breath. He said, "Are you scared about September?" I said, "Yeah," and almost said the rest, almost said it right there. Almost said it, but the moment moved and I let it. Almost said it on the porch in the quiet summer dark. Almost said it, almost, but I stopped 3 words from the thing I've been carrying, 3 words from the end of all the wondering. Almost said it, as close as I've ever been. Almost said it, but then not almost said it. He was quiet for a minute after that, like he was waiting for something else from me. And I thought, this is it, this is the moment. And I thought, I'll say it, I'll say it, I'll say it. And I didn't, I said, yeah, September's a lot. And he said, yeah, and looked at the sky. And I sat there with everything I've got. Almost said it right there. He was waiting, I think he was waiting, and I didn't. Almost said it while he was looking at the stars. Almost said it while it wasn't very far from being said, from being real, from being out there. Almost said it, and he was right there beside me on the porch. Almost said it and didn't. Almost said it. He said, we should probably go in, and I said, yeah, probably. And we both stood up slowly into the night, into the back door, into September. And almost, instead of September, and said, and the kitchen was bright in a way that felt like both of us said it anyway. Almost said it on the way inside. Almost, almost said 100 times. Almost, but the screen door closed and the light was on. And he said good night, and I said good night. Gone. Almost said it. Tomorrow I'm gonna say it. Tomorrow. tomorrow. Tore August off the calendar this morning. Looked at what was left. 2 rows of days. 14 boxes standing between right now and the end of everything familiar in its ways. I counted them 3 times like counting would change them. And then I made some coffee and sat down and thought 14 days to do everything that I've been saying I'd do all summer in this town. 2 more weeks is all we've got. 2 more weeks before September takes the shot. What's been there? 2 more weeks. And the calendar doesn't care about what I feel about what I should have said in June. 2 more weeks. The clock's always been moving, I just didn't hear it until now. 2 more weeks. He drove past my house this afternoon. I was on the porch, he slowed, he waved, he went, and 14 boxes felt like 14 seconds. And I thought about the time I've spent not saying, not doing, not telling him any of the things I meant to say. And I thought, one of these 14 boxes has to be the day. 2 more weeks is 14 chances. 2 more weeks, one of them the one that answers. 2 more weeks, and I'm picking one of these. 2 more weeks, for the thing that needs to be said and heard and out there in the open. 2 more weeks, before it's over, before September makes it background noise, before the distance takes the voice. 2 more weeks, and I'm using one of them right. 2 more weeks, tonight might be tonight. What I know is this: in 14 days I'll be packing a car. In 14 days he'll be somewhere far. In 14 days this town will be behind me. In 14 days who's gonna remind me that I had 2 whole weeks and use them up on nothing? 2 more weeks, something. 2 more weeks, and I'm not wasting them. I'm done being patient. Everything I meant to say this summer fits into the next 2 weeks somehow. 2 more weeks, I'm saying it right now. 2 more weeks, starting now. Starting now. Okay. I've been talking myself out of it since June. Found 100 reasons why it wasn't the right time. But the right time doesn't show up on a calendar, and the right time doesn't ring a bell or rhyme. It's just a regular Tuesday in August. It's just the same town and the the same old street. And if I don't say it by the end of this summer, I'll spend September wondering what I missed. So tell him tonight, no more reasons not to tell him tonight. You've waited long enough. Tell him tonight, tell him what you've been carrying. Tell the night 3 years of everything. The summer's in its last 2 weeks, and after this, it's September, it speaks for itself. Tell him tonight, not tomorrow, not the night before we leave. Tell him tonight, and let him believe you mean it, because you do. Tell him tonight. I practiced it in the mirror twice. Said it to the ceiling of my room, said it to the passenger seat of my car, and every version sounded right enough to use. But the real thing doesn't happen in the mirror, and the real thing doesn't happen in the car. It happens on a porch or in a parking lot, when you just open up and say, here's who you are. Someone who loves him. Tonight's the night. Someone who's been quiet way too long. Tell him tonight, before the chance expires. Tell him tonight, before September fires. You've been thinking since the night of sophomore year. Tell him tonight, he deserves to hear the whole thing, the real thing, not the version you rehearsed. Tell him tonight, the real thing first. And if he feels it back, you'll know. And if he doesn't, you'll still know. And either way September comes, and either way you're going. But at least you said it, at least you gave it all the room it needed to be real. Tell him tonight, it's tonight, it's tonight. Tell him tonight, walk up to the door and tell him tonight. Let the summer help you, every warm day led to this decision. Every almost said was just precision. Practice for tonight. Tell him tonight, this is the one. Tell him tonight, this is the night. Go. I knocked on his door at 8:15. He opened it and said, I knew it was you. And I started the thing I'd been practicing for weeks. And he stopped me after 3 words, said, I know. I said, you know. He said, I've known for a while. I said, why didn't you? He said, I was scared. I said, so was I. And then we both just stood there for a second, smiling like we just found out something incredible. He said, don't go yet. He said, stay a while. He said, I should have told you a long time ago. He said, stay. He said it before I could finish. He said, stay, like he'd been holding it since the beginning of this whole summer, of this whole thing. He said, stay, and everything I've been practicing didn't matter anymore. He said, stay, and I stayed. And the summer was different from Sat on the porch until past midnight, talking about everything we hadn't said. 3 years of almost conversation finally being said and heard instead. And it turned out he had his own notebook full of the same unsaid things I had. And we laughed about how long we'd both been quiet and agreed that quiet was overrated pretty bad. And he said, 1 more month. I said, 1 more month. He said, we wasted all the rest. I said, let's not waste this. He said, stay. Every night we had left in August, he said, stay. And I stayed, because what else do you do when the thing you've wanted finally says it back to you? He said, stay. And I knew September was coming. He said, stay. And I knew we both knew. But right now it was August, and he said, stay. And I stayed. And here's the thing about finally saying it: the time you lost doesn't matter. All the notebooks and the practice words just scatter when the real thing happens. And the real voice at the real door, he said, stay. And suddenly August felt like more. He said, stay. 3 years of quiet ended right there. He said, stay. And the night suddenly had more air in it, more room, more summer left. He said, stay. And I said yes. And the last month of the summer became the first month of something left and something true. He said, stay. And I do. He said, stay. The 3 of us started in 7th grade, in the back row of a class we all have failed. And somehow out of that came everything. Every Friday, every secret, every trail we ever walked together in this town. Every late night when one of us was down. The 3 of us, improbable as that sounds, turned out to be the truest thing around. The 3 of us fit strange and right. The 3 of us is just our kind. The 3 of us sitting in the same booth we always sit in. And September's almost in it, but not yet, not yet. It's still summer. The 3 of us, before one goes to Colorado, one goes to New York, one goes north. The 3 of us, one more summer together. The 3 of us. We made a pact, no serious goodbyes. Just see you at Christmas and let the moment fly. But this Tuesday at the diner, all 3 just us, I could feel the goodbye underneath the fuss of who owes what and where we're going after. And underneath the argument and laughter was the 3 of us just breathing in the time we had left. One more summer on the line. The 3 of us has always been enough. The 3 of us through everything enough. The 3 of us, there's 1,000 things we never have to say. That's what the 3 of us, in a look across the table, in a laugh that needs no setup. The three of us built a world in this small town. I look for you in every new town. The three of us found it. Jenny got into a school in California. Said, I know that's far, like that covers it. And I said, that's great, because it is great. And tried not to think about how much I'll miss the particular way she shows up late to things, and has a perfect excuse every time, and knows exactly what to say when nothing's right, and makes it right every single time. Jenny's moving west, Jenny's moving west, and the west is very far from here. Jenny's moving west, California's getting the best friend I've ever had. Jenny's moving west and I'm happy for her, genuinely glad. But California's very far from everything we build in this small town. Jenny's moving west and I'll be somewhere north, and this whole crew is scattering. Jenny's moving west. She sat with me all night in 10th grade, when everything fell apart and nothing was fine. She didn't try to fix it, she just sat there, and that turned out to be the exact right thing. And that's the thing, that's what I can't replace in any new city or any new school, is the person who knows which nights to sit with you and when to make you laugh. Nobody does that like you. Jenny's moving west, Jenny's moving west, and she's gonna be great out there. Jenny's moving west and California doesn't know it yet. It doesn't know it's getting someone who shows up 20 minutes late, but will absolutely be worth the wait. Jenny's moving west and I'll visit. I said I'll visit, and I mean it. Jenny's moving west and I mean it. I mean it. I'm gonna visit you. Jenny's moving west. She said, you're gonna come for spring break. I said, of course I am. She said, California's warm in March. I said, I know. And neither of us said that things would be different by then. But spring break is not summer. Jenny's moving west. Jenny's moving west. Same time this summer last year, we were right here. Jenny's moving west and California's far from here. But Jenny's gonna be okay, and so am I. I'm gonna be okay. Jenny's moving west. Best friend I've got, Jenny's moving west. See you in March. See you in March. See you in March, Jen. Piano California's lucky. Kathy said we'll write letters at the end of the night, and we all said yes, of course, definitely right. And nobody mentioned that nobody writes letters anymore. Nobody mentioned what letters are even for. When there are phones and the distance isn't what it used to be. But somehow we'll write letters was what we needed to say, to make the end of the summer feel like a promise and not a door. We'll write letters, that's what we said. We'll write letters, that's what we'll do instead of admitting that things might change. We'll write letters, long ones every week we said. We'll write letters, keep each other in our heads the way we know each other, present tense, not the past tense that September makes it. We'll write letters and the letters will be proof. We'll write letters that we made it through, that we didn't let the distance do what distance does. We'll write letters. Jenny said I'll send postcards from everywhere. She won't, we know. She means to, but she won't. Kathy said I'll call every Sunday, I swear. She'll call for a month and then she won't, or I won't. And I'm gonna get very busy very fast, and they're gonna get very busy very fast, and the letters are gonna get shorter, and we know that, and we're still making the promise, because the promise is what matters right now. We'll write letters, and we mean it tonight. We'll write letters, and maybe we're right. Maybe this crew is different. We'll write letters, and I wanna believe we will write letters, and maybe we'll be still the same girls who know each other, the way you know someone who's seen you at your worst and called you better. We'll write letters, and if we don't, we'll write letters, and if we do, either way I love you girls. We'll write letters. And what if we actually do it? What if the letters come? What if Christmas isn't the only time we haven't come undone? What if we're the ones who keep the promise? What if we're actually that crew? We'll write letters, and I hope that's true. We'll write letters starting with the first week away. We'll write letters every Tuesday, every day, okay, every week, okay, every month, okay, twice a year, but they'll be long. We'll write letters, and this crew will write letters, me and Jenny and Kathy and you. We'll write letters like we mean it. We'll write letters because we do. We'll write letters. We'll write letters. The porch light's been on since 9 o'clock, and nobody has moved to go inside. The ice in the glass is long since melted down, And all the usual things have all been tried. The jokes, the old stories, the arguments rerun, the comfortable silence in between. And now it's past midnight and we're still here, because everyone knows what inside means. Last night on the porch, we all know it. Last night on the porch, nobody says it. Last night on the porch, under the same sky we've always been under. Last night on the porch, before the summer pulls us under, everything we built on the specific set of boards. Last night on the porch, and nobody's moving toward the door. Last night on the porch, let's stay a little more. Jenny's got her feet up on the rail, and Kathy's watching something in the yard. And Danny fell asleep a half hour back, but nobody woke him. It felt wrong, felt hard, and he's here too, beside me in the dark, and his hand found mine somewhere around 11 in the summer that started 3 months ago, turned into something worth the wait this evening. Last night on the porch, all of us. Last night on the porch, this. Last night on the porch, the most ordinary, extraordinary night. Last night on the porch, and the porch light is too bright, but nobody's gonna be the one who says, I think we should go in. Last night on the porch, because going in is giving in to September. Last night on the porch, we're not ready yet. And at 2 in the morning, Jenny finally said, I love you girls, and we all said, I love you guys back. And Danny woke up, said, what I miss, and we all laughed, and the porch held us one more hour in its light. Last night on the porch, one more hour. Last night on the porch, one more hour. Okay, one more hour. Last night on the porch, every time, one more hour, one more hour. And that's the last summer on the porch, saying one more hour until we can't anymore. One more hour. One more hour. Walked out at midnight just to walk, no destination, just the town I know. The bookstore where I spent the summer, the diner that closes at 11 now, the school dark. I walked past the school, looked at the windows and thought, last time I was a student here, I didn't know it was the last time. Nobody knows the last time until after. This town at midnight knows me better than I thought. it's ever been. This town at midnight, when everything is quiet and clean, and nobody needs anything, and the street lights do their job. This town at midnight is a place I love, the most honest version. This town at midnight, before I go. Spent every summer Thursday, the bench where Jenny told me about her parents' split, the tree I fell from when I was 9 years old. My niece still tells the story of that hit. The corner where I waited for the bus in snow, the corner where he said I've known for a while, and the whole town small and perfect in the dark, like a town that learned to hold its breath and smile. This town at midnight doesn't know I'm going. This town at midnight just keeps going. This town at midnight, I've been taking you for granted. This town at midnight, everything you planted in me, the streets, the familiar, the known. This town at midnight, I didn't know how much you'd grown into my bones, into the way I move. This town at midnight, I'm gonna miss you more than I know how to prove. This town at midnight, and when I come home for holidays, it won't be this specific midnight walk, this specific this is the last time I'm a permanent resident of this town at midnight, this last summer walk. This town at midnight, I'm gonna miss this more than I'm ready for. This town at midnight, teach me what I'm leaving for. It's something new that I don't know yet, it's something I'm going to have to earn. This town at midnight will be here when I return. We'll be smaller, we'll be the same. This town at midnight, thank you for being where I came from. This town, this midnight, this good night. Good night. Woke up on August 31st and lay in bed a little longer than I should have, because tomorrow I won't wake up here, and the morning light through these windows won't be my light anymore. The ceiling I've been looking at for 18 years keeps all my secrets. Every night I couldn't sleep, every summer morning I was too excited to lie still, and this last morning I'm lying still and keeping August 31st, the last day before everything. August 31st, hold it, hold it. August 31st, the day that's almost September. August 31st. August 31st. This town, this sky, this land, this porch, this crew, this boy. August 31st, the last morning of this world before the new one starts. He came by in the afternoon to say goodbye. He didn't say it that way, he said safe drive. And I said I'll call when I get there. And he said I know you will. And we stood at the door for a minute, just holding on to it. The summer that almost wasn't, and then was the porch, the notebook, the almost, the set. The month of August we finally got right. August 31st, the last afternoon of us. August 31st, that's enough. That's enough to take with me. And he's 2 states south in 3 days. August 31st, and we're both gonna be okay. And we both know it, and knowing it makes it both better and worse. August 31st, the bittersweet first day of missing August 31st. Before it starts, something already aches. August 31st, it aches, and the car is mostly packed, and the room is mostly empty. And the summer was the best one, even with the waiting, especially with the waiting. Everything I almost said is something that I said, and everything I almost had is something that I have. August 31st is the best last day I've ever had. August 31st, and I'm not gonna cry, or maybe just a little. That's fine. The crew, the town, the porch, the midnight walk, the drive with no plan, finally learning to talk. August 31st, I'm a lucky girl for this summer, for these people, for him. August 31st, early things a blur of gratitude and ache, and something like ready. August 31st, I'm ready. I'm not ready, I'm ready. August 31st.
The road going north looks long from here, and the map says 6 hours and a half. And the car is packed and the town is behind me, and everything ahead is a photograph I haven't taken yet, a room I haven't seen, a school I don't know, a name I haven't learned. And I'm terrified of something else entirely, something that I think is called earned. Something new is starting, something new is starting, and then I'm going toward it for the first time in my life. Something new, and I've never been here before. Something new is what the next few years are for. Everything familiar now is behind me, everything I haven't found is gonna find me. Something new, and I'm ready, mostly ready. Something new and steady, mostly steady. Something new is starting right now. Summer gave me everything it had, the town, the crew, the girl, the porch, the drive. And now the summer's in the rearview mirror, and I've never felt this terrifyingly alive. And that's the thing, the fear and the alive are the same thing. Apparently you don't get one without the other. Something new means something new for me. Something new is coming, something new is coming, and I'm going toward it, eyes open, windows down. Something new, I don't know a single person there. Something new, I don't know what's waiting where. I'm gonna walk into a room full of the next version of everything I already love. Something new, I'm ready. Something new. And in September next year, I'll be sitting at a table with some new version of Tommy running slightly late, and some new version of Kathy on her second cup. And I'll think, look at that, I found them again. Something new has all things in it too. Something new, and I'm driving toward it now. Something new, and I know something about how to be a friend, to love a summer, to say the thing before it's too late. Something new is gonna be great. The road goes north, and I'm going north. Something new, here I come. Something new, here I come. 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 The road going north is 6 hours long, and somewhere in the middle of hour 3, I thought about June in the diner at noon, and Tommy and Kathy, who I'm gonna see at Christmas, at Christmas. I know it's gonna happen. And I thought about the porch and the midnight walk, and the parking lot and the tailgate and the door, and everything. I finally stopped being afraid to talk about all of it. One more summer was everything I needed. One more summer was more than I knew I had. One more summer, and I used all of it. One more summer, the last and best of it. The crew, the town, the girl, the boards, the drive. One more, and I feel more alive than I've ever felt. One more was the one that made me ready. One more summer held me steady long enough to go. One more summer, now I know. And she texted somewhere around hour 4, you make it okay? I said almost there. She said good, and I thought we're gonna figure this out. I thought I know how to say what I mean now. I learned it in August, I learned it on a porch at midnight in a town that loved me before I knew I needed to be loved by a place. One more summer taught me how to go. One more summer showed me what I know. One more summer, and I learned what I'm made of. One more summer, and I'm not afraid of September, of the new, of the unknown room. One more summer, turned away the gloom of everything I hadn't done or said. One more summer, put it all to bed. The old version of me who stayed quiet. One more summer, turn it into music. And here's what I wanna say to every summer left in my life: be like this one, be exactly like this one. Show up with your whole summer, and let me show up with mine. And let's use every board and every moment, and say everything one more summer. Every summer, say the thing. One more summer, and it was exactly right. One more summer, the last one lit so bright. The crew, the town, the love, the midnight walk. One more summer, finally learned to talk and drive and stay and say the thing out loud. One more summer makes a person proud of where they came from and where they're going. One more summer, now I'm going. One more one more summer.
So, that was One More Summer. 20 songs about a chapter of your life that ended exactly the way it should have. Fully, honestly, without anything left unsaid. If tonight brought back a memory of your own, the one that changed everything, I hope it felt good to remember it. This has been Retro Vibe FM. Wherever you're listening from tonight, on a porch, in a car, by an open window, I hope that beautiful season gave you everything you needed to move forward.
Retro Vibe FM.